Well, good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in northern Maine. Just sitting down to have some breakfast. I'm winding up my trip. I've been here for about 2 weeks, give or take. I've got my fish house completely finished. Before I leave, I will take a finished shot of it. It's ready to go. On today's adventure, I'm headed down to the lake. I need to blaze in a new snowmobile trail. So I'll be loading up the snowmobile, chainsaw, all that stuff. I don't need to cut a lot, but I need to cut a little. There's a great big tree in the way that is blown down. A whole bunch of them. So I got to try to find a path through those blowdowns, straight shot to get out on the lake. And as flat as possible. I would like to be able to haul a fish house up and down the snowmobile trail, because that would be the easiest way for me to get them back here to the cabin at the end of the season. But this morning I got 3 eggs and I've got some sausage. Well, yeah, this morning we're having bacon and eggs and a good hot cup of coffee. You'll probably hear the wood stove crackling in the background. I got the snowblower on the back of the tractor finished up yesterday also. It's a hydraulic chute that turns left to right from the tractor, but my tractor doesn't have rear hydraulics on it, so I wasn't able to use the hydraulic part of the snowblower. So I took the hydraulic arm off and the hoses and all of that, and now I turn the chute manually, which isn't a problem at all. I snowblowed the entire driveway yesterday. What a pleasure. To have that tractor now move snow on both ends of it, it makes fast work of the driveway, and you cannot slow that snowblower down. You crank the RPMs up on that tractor to about 2,000, 2,400 RPMs, and that thing will throw some snow. I wanted to make a big landing out here because I'm getting ready to cut firewood tree length with the tractor, so I'm going to haul it up into my driveway in front of the woodshed. I'd like to get a big pile sitting out there and be able to work on it through the winter. But that's probably going to be next trip. I've got to get this fishing stuff underway before I play with the firewood pile anymore. I got enough wood for now. I wanted to get this trail in before we get deep snow, because I don't want stumps. I'll be cutting down, stuff 1 inch, and I don't want that sticking up out of the snow all winter. At least where my trail is, I'd like to have a nice comfortable trail. Any trees that are down, get them out of the way, and you can see them better this time of year before the snow gets too deep. But what a trip I've had. Been here for 2 weeks, and it's just been a blast. I'm tired. I've worked hard. We had a live stream here last night, chili and coffee. That was fun. I made a chili yesterday. Man, I wish that chili turned out that way every time. Because that one, the chili I had 2 weeks ago was good. But it was nothing compared to last night's. Holy smokes. I don't really measure anything. So it's kind of a hit or miss sometimes when it comes to the spices. And this time it was dead on. So I'm going to try to remember. It actually should be fairly easy. I did pay attention a little bit. It was about a teaspoon of each. You know, in the palm of my hand, roughly a teaspoon. So I'm going to try to remember that. I got the door wide open, so I'm going to shut the door here. It's getting a little chilly. Well, I got the door shut. So I'll finish up my coffee. And then I'm going to head out and get my chainsaw sharpened up. Mix up some gasoline for it. I keep it in a gallon jug, and I see that jug starting to get a little bit low, so time to make another gallon. Throw all that stuff in a sled, pack a coffee. And I'm not thinking this trail's going to take that long. I'm half done anyways, because it's something I started, was it 2 winters ago? 2 winters ago I headed in with this trail. Anticipation. I hadn't figured out where I was going to go out on the lake yet, because it's a pretty big drop off, and there's only 2 or 3 places it's halfway decent, and those places are man-made by camp owners. So we had some camps change hands down there, especially this past year. There's a handful of camps down there right on the water, and I was starting, 2 or 3 of them I was, I had coffee with, stuff like that, but they passed away. And at that point, I really didn't need a trail down there, but I was always having a plan B in mind. But they were old. I had a couple old fellas that I would visit, and they passed away last winter. 2 of them, the 2 that I mainly had coffee with, they really didn't have any kind of landing out on the lake at all. So I really couldn't use their property anyways. But last fall, there was a camp down there for sale that had a perfect landing to get down on the lake. Perfect. I knew it was there. It was just a matter, when it comes to these camps, sometimes you got to wait until you catch them at camp to ask permission. And last fall, I heard some hammering down there, so I drove down to visit the new owner, and he's a heck of a nice guy. I really like him a lot. His name's Bob, and he wants to go ice fishing, so that's great. I told him, I said, you've met the right person, because I have a lot of fish houses, and anyways, the reason I'm here is I would like to get permission to cross your piece of property with my snowmobile. And he said no problem at all. So that's really great. So now and he's got a beautiful landing, gets down onto the lake. So once I punch out through the woods, and that's going to be fairly easy. Them camps coming up through the woods, I don't know exactly where it comes from, but there's a power line that comes up through the woods and feeds those camps. I think it's coming out of Canada, but I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure, because there's nothing out there, and the only thing close by is Canada. So that's the only thing I can think. But so he gave me permission, so now I got a direction I can finish that trail up in, and my plan is to go down and hit that power line, and then shoot right up to where his camp is. So that shouldn't be too bad, other than the big blowdowns that I've got to deal with, and they're big. They're 60-foot trees anyways, 2 feet across, and there's probably at least a half a dozen of them that have fallen down. So we'll go down and see how much trouble we can get into with that. I got the trail that goes a lot longer and connects with that power line, But now that I have permission from this fella to use his land, it's a lot shorter if I change my trail. So that's what I want to do, is change the trail, make it shorter. I'll maintain the other one anyways, just because it's something fun to do, and I can make a loop out of it with the snowmobile and all that, and have just a different way to ride home. You never know, some days you might want a different route. But so that's my plan today anyways, get that saw sharpened up, finish up that trail. Then I will take you guys for a walk down it and show you the trail. We'll walk right down to where I get on the lake. Then we've got to name this trail. I don't have a name for it yet. The last trail I put in is the Silverback Trail. If you hear me talk about Joe, Joe is Silverback. That was the name of his that's the name of his channel, or how he gets on YouTube. He doesn't really have, I don't think he doesn't have a channel where, as far as videos, stuff like that, but great guy, great supporter of the channel, and I really enjoy his comments. So good morning, Joe. I hope you're having a cup of coffee at your cabin, because I'm enjoying a good cup. I have a few people that I really enjoy getting to know. Wayne Beaver, Chuck from Chuck, you know, I forget the name of your channel right now, but Chuck, you know who I'm talking to. Joe, they're just great old fellas that I really enjoy having coffee with, and we have the same taste buds. And now there's a couple new ones that are participating in my channel. They're just starting their channel, so I'm hoping they have good luck. Let's see, the newest one right now is Trapper Woody. Yeah, Trapper Woody is the name of his channel. I think he just put his first video up. I'm not sure if he's got all the bugs worked out yet. The first couple of videos are kind of dry, so once he sends me a link, I'll drop a link down in a couple of my descriptions. Maybe even in this video here. I'm still at the cabin. I won't be home. Well, this is the I'm planning on going home next 2 or 3 days, unless I have an appointment at home. I'm hoping that appointment will cancel, and if it does cancel, then I'm staying here for another week or so. So I don't know when you'll get to see this video, but that's my game plan anyways. Like I said, I got one appointment that I kind of got to be at, and that's at, let's see, this Thursday at 10 a.m. in the morning, and it'll probably take a couple of hours. So my plan is to go home and do that appointment, and then spend a couple of days at home, do some chores, load up what I need for ice fishing, and then head back up here. And then start my ice fishing, cut some firewood, stuff like that. So we'll see how it all plays out towards the end of the week. If that appointment will cancel, then I will start cutting firewood on Friday. And I'm going to check the ice. I'm going to check the ice today, so who knows? Maybe I can start my ice fishing. Well, I'm going to get my day going. Thank you for joining me this morning. And throw me a bone if you like the video and you like the channel. Throw me a bone. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the heck out of that bell so you get notifications. And I'll see you in the next one.